Hey guys, welcome back. So what I'm going to be leading you through in this video are 4 more examples. So I'm going to be doing numbers 3, 4, 5, and 6 from the practice worksheet that was attached to the lesson plan and also was uploaded into Google Classroom. So I'm going to walk you through these problems. If it still isn't clicking and it's not making sense after this video, then reach out to me. You can find me on your Google chat, email, or you can request a face-to-face like video chat. Okay, so let's get started with example 3. So number 3, we have x squared plus 6x minus 44 equals -4. And so the first thing I want to do is to make sure that my leading coefficient is a 1, which it is. So that's good. So my next step is to make sure that my variables are on one side, and I need to get my constant to the other side. So what I need to do is add 44 to both sides. So what I'm left with is x squared plus 6x plus blank equals 40, right? -4 plus 44 is 40. Okay, so now I'm on step 3, where I want to take half of my b value. So my b value is 6. So I'm going to take half of 6, which is +3. And I just write that as a little note down here. Then I square that, so 3 squared is 9, and I add it to both sides. So now I have this trinomial here that when factored out is going to give me a perfect binomial. So I can just do my little shortcut so I don't have to go through and factor all of that out. So x plus 3 quantity squared is equal to 49. And now I can solve it. So I have to take the square root of both sides. So I have x plus 3 equals plus or minus 7. The square root of 49 is 7. So don't forget the plus or minus. This is where some people miss a step. So now I can break it up. So I have x plus 3 equals +7, and x plus 3 equals -7. Okay, and then I just solve. So I subtract a 3 from both sides, and I get x is equal to 4. And then when I subtract 3 over here, I get x is equal to -10. Okay, so your solutions would be -10 and 4. Okay, so that was number 3. Let's look at number 4. So number 4 looks like k squared plus 8k minus 15 equals 5. All right. So my leading coefficient is a 1, so that's great. My next step is to make sure my variables are on one side and my constants are on the other. So I'm going to add 15 to both sides. So I have k squared plus 8k plus blank equals 20. Okay, so now I am going to cut my b term in half. So half of 8 is 4 and positive, so plus 4. That's my little note. And then I square 4, which is 16, and I add 16 to both sides. So now I can do my little trick to save me time. and that equals 36. Then I can solve it, and I take the square root. So the square root of x plus 4 quantity squared is x plus 4 equals the square root of 36 is plus or minus 36. So now I can break that up. I have x plus 4 equal, I didn't mean 36 there. I meant 6. So I have x plus 4 equals positive 6, and then x plus 4 equals negative 6. And then I can solve each one. So I have x is equal to 2, and x is equal to negative 10. So those are my two solutions, 2 and negative 10. So hopefully it's starting to click a little bit more. I'm going to do 2 more examples. So example 5, we have 3v squared minus 6v minus 72 equals 0. Okay, so the first thing that I notice is that my leading coefficient is not a 1. So I have to divide every term by the a value, so by 3. So I have v squared minus 2v minus, I don't trust my simple math anymore, 24 equals 0. So now my leading coefficient is a 1. Awesome. So now I have my variables over here, but I need to move my constants over here. So I'm going to add 24. So I have v squared minus 2v plus blank equals 24. Okay. So now I'm going to take half of b. So half of negative 2 is negative 1. I'm going to square that. So negative 1 squared is 1. And I'm going to add it to the other side as well. So now I can do my little cheat. So v minus 1 quantity squared is equal to 25. And now I can solve. So I'm going to take the square root of both sides. So I have v minus 1 equals plus or minus 5. And then break that up. So v minus 1 equals positive 5, and v minus 1 equals negative 5. Add 1 to both sides, and I get v is equal to 6. Add 1 to both sides, and I get v is equal to negative 4. So my solutions are negative 4 and positive 6. All right, so the last one, number 6. I have 7x squared minus 14x minus 56 equals 0. So I'm having an argument with myself. All right, so let's factor out that 7. Sorry, I was arguing with myself in my head. So my a term is not 1. So I need to divide every term by 7. So I get x squared minus 2x minus 8 equals 0. Okay? So then I can add my 8 to both sides. And I have x squared minus 2x plus blank equals 8. So now I'm going to take half of negative 2, which is negative 1. I'm going to square negative 1, which is 1, and I'm going to add it to both sides. So then I just complete that square and add those terms equals 9. So I get the quantity of x minus 1 squared equals 9. And now I can solve it. So I have x minus 1 equals plus or minus 3. So I'm going to break that up. So I have x minus 1 equals positive 3 and x minus 1 equals negative 3. And then I'm going to add 1 to both sides. So I get x is equal to 4. Add 1, and x is equal to negative 2. So my solutions are 4 and negative 2. So hopefully this makes a little bit more sense to you. And if not, you know where you can find me for more help. All right, guys, I'll see you soon. Bye.